Hey friends, welcome back to Unicorn Dust Designs. If you are clicking on the video for the first time, welcome. My name is Sammy Veltri. Today we are going to be getting into some beautiful DIYs inspired by other creators. So let's go ahead and hop into this video. Going into this DIY, it is inspired by Sweet and Sassy Treasures. She created this beautiful piece. She's mainly on Facebook, I think, and I wanted to create my own. So I'm taking this 2x8, and y'all, usually I put my most favorite DIY in the beginning of this video, but to be honest, all of them were my favorites today. So there are the measurements for my piece of wood. I'm then going to take some angel wings. This is from the Wings and Feather mold. I do have some of these in stock. And then I'm going to take this ornament mold as well. And if you guys don't have the seasonal molds, don't ever come back for IOD. So I am going to start selling the resin pieces themselves, and I'll explain that a little later. So I'm going to put some painter's tape on the bottom. This is just so I could line up my wings and so that I have a reference for placement when I pick them up and put my glue on. So I'm going to put my Titebond wood glue, or it's not wood glue, you could use it for anything. And then I'm going to use the hot glue. The Titebond is for longevity, and my hot glue is going to just be for immediate hold so I can continue to work on my piece. After I get both of the wings down, I'm going to apply some of that Titebond on the wing where I know that my ornament is going to be touching. And then again, I'm going to apply a little bit of hot glue to the outer rounds of my ornament and place that down. Next, I'm going to take, this is just an O from the letters mold, and I'm going to tuck that behind the ornament there and let that set up. We're then going to go in with white. No, this is vintage linen. This is my favorite white from DIY. And I'm going to coat the entire block and the molds in that color. Now I'm going to take that vintage linen and I'm going to mix a little bit of salt wash in there. I wanted to create little peaks and ridges to make it almost look like a worn, battered piece of wood, like layers of paint. So I stipple that on throughout the entire block, excluding the back. I'm going to let that completely dry. After it is dried, I'm going to grab Big Top, which is a clear coat, and I'm going to seal my entire piece in this. This is going to help me move my wax a little bit more in my next step. So I wasn't filming because I'm a great content creator, but I did use the texture stamp to create a little bit more distressing on the surface of my block. Now I am mixing my dark wax with my clear wax. I learned that from Trish at Sweet Yellow House. And I am going to stipple that on all of the places that I put that salt wash. And I'm going to even carry it throughout the sides. You want to make it look like a finished piece. And then I'm going to also put it on top of the the mold itself. Brain fart. And this is going to give it almost like a halo look around the actual piece itself. Then again, I'm just stippling that onto the actual mold. And now we're going to take that paper towel and we're going to buff that out. So I am just feathering out that wax so it doesn't look so harsh. And you guys will completely see a transformation here once we start doing the molds. And this came out better than I could have ever imagined. Seriously want to make 100 of these, you guys. This would be so much fun to do like a craft class with. The possibilities on different colors are endless, and you could adorn like the mold with gold wax. You guys, I had so much fun creating this. It was surprisingly so easy to make, not time consuming at all. And look at how stunning it looks completed and pulled together. I love it. Make sure to check her out. Link in the comments. All right, you guys, I hope you are enjoying these inspired by pieces. If you're new to my channel, Try It Tuesday is held the last Tuesday of every month. And what you do is you take other inspiration, other people you're inspired by, and You recreate their DIYs and you give credit where credit is due. So any of the people that you see me reference in today's video, their links will be down in the description box, whether that be Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, or Pinterest, wherever I found it, it will be linked down in the description box. And if other creators decided to join me and Try It Tuesday, the playlist will be down in the description box. So look for that as well. I hope you guys get inspired by these DIYs because I certainly did. People are so creative out there, and I feel like there aren't enough eyes on some of these creators. It drives me insane. I'm like, how do these people not have a bigger following? Because they are so inspiring and so talented at what they do. So definitely check them out. And you guys, y'all know the drill. If you're digging me, if you're digging the DIYs, if you're digging the video, then please make sure to comment, like, and subscribe. All of my links are down in the description box, and let's get back into the rest of the video. Next inspiration comes from Red Brick Emporium. I actually found this on Pinterest, but I think they are known on Facebook. So I will leave the link in the description box. So I found this mirror on the side of the road for free. And initially I spray painted the middle of it with clear matte by Rust-Oleum because I thought I was going to paint the middle of it like the inspiration piece. However, once it was done, I decided, you know what? I love that frosty look. I'm going to keep it as is. So I'm going to take Farm Fresh and I'm going to give it 2 coats. One messy coat, and then I'm going to do my second coat stippled on. I'm going to take Golden Ticket, which I feel like I've been dipping into a lot lately, and we are going to coat our Holly Poinsettia mold, I don't know what it is, and all of our ornaments in this Golden Ticket. Now, you guys, like I said, the seasonal molds and a lot of other molds, I will be offering the castings themselves. So not the mold, but the actual casting resin pieces in their sets. Those will be available on my website. Go ahead and check that out in the description box. So I loved the color theme that our inspiration had. So I decided to stick with Farm Fresh. I am going to paint the little berries in this with Farm Fresh, and I am going to do 2 coats of that. Now for this bigger mold right here, I'm going to leave it gold just as is. But with our ornaments, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take just a little bit of water. I mixed it with Farm Fresh, and I'm going to essentially watercolor over it. So if you guys watched my recent video where I made the sunflower trinket container, it's the same concept. So I did not want to completely cover the gold with Farm Fresh and distress it back. I wanted this to look very vintage. You know the vintage ornaments that are matte, but they're shiny? Are you guys picking up what I'm putting down? That is what I envisioned for these. So I'm going to coat all of them with our watered down Farm Fresh. And then you will see, look at how gorgeous those look when they dry. Then I wanted to bring just a little bit of that bright gold back out. So I'm just grabbing a wet baby wipe and I'm distressing over any of the high points of my ornament molds. I'm going to set those to the side. And then I'm going to grab my frame. I'm going to take that Golden Ticket once again, and I am going to just brush it on the outer detail. I'm not like completely covering it. I'm just lightly giving it a brush. And then just like I do with my gold wax, I am taking that Golden Ticket, dipping my finger in, dabbing it off on a paper towel, and then rubbing on those details. I didn't want to take a chance of that Golden Ticket getting in the nooks and crannies, so I thought I would rub it on. Now I'm taking my buttery clear DIY wax, and I am going to brush that on all of my ornaments and the bigger piece that I painted the berries on. If we would have just used Golden Ticket, we would have been done. But since we put that watered down paint over this, we do need to seal that paint. And look at, those are looking good, girl. Oh my gosh, I love them. All right, so I took that painter's tape off, y'all. And when I did, it peeled off some of that frosty goodness. So I worked with it. I made it work. So what I did was I took some nail polish remover on a paper towel, and you have to press hard. You could see I was doing it and nothing was happening. So I had to press a little harder into that, but I am going to distress the mirror. I'm now going to make it look old. I didn't want to completely paint over it. I loved the frosty color, so I took another route. After I distressed it down, I'm going to take that golden ticket once again, and I'm just going to feather that on to make it kind of look like an aged old mirror, or at least that's what I was going for. Now again, we're going to take the Type Bond and we are going to apply that to our molds. We're also going to do the hot glue, and I'm going to apply this one first. That way I know where I want to set up my molds. And y'all, this felt like it took me 5 hours to decide where I wanted to put these ornaments. But after that 5 hours, I was set. So again, Type Bond, I was going to say super glue, but hot glue. And then I found these adhesive, I don't know what they're called. Adhesive, what does it say on that label? I can't read it. Okay. I took these adhesive, like sparkly strips from Dollar Tree, and I cut one strand of it off. Sorry, you're seeing my head. I had to get all up in this. And I just held it up to the ornament to see how long I needed, peeled the back off, got some tweezers, and then I put those on there, and these look so good. There was a light gold and like a darker gold. I chose the lighter gold, and y'all, check this out. Oh my gosh. Is that not so regal and so beautiful? I am so glad I came across that inspiration pic, because this is gorgeous. And these are the things that like you look at and you assume are going to be hard to do. But honestly, you guys, this was not a hard DIY to do, especially because the base of almost all the molds was just gold. And I love the way the matte on the watercoloring turned out for us. Comment down below if you're going to try this one. Our next one is from Southern Airy. And y'all, she blew up with these gingerbread people, and I am all about them. So I am going to take my gingerbread people. I do have these resin people for mold as well, the entire set. And I mixed my Summer Crush with faded burlap like I do for the terracotta paint that I like. But after they started drying, I was like, oh, okay. These look like terracotta people, not gingerbread people. So then this is where mixing a million colors comes in play. I tried putting layered chocolate in there, sandy blonde, and then I added a bunch more Summer Crush, but I finally got the color I was looking for. So you can see right here, definite change of color, and it was perfect in my eyes. So these were surprisingly easy to paint. They are bigger, and I feel like getting in like the nooks, like right there by his little bow tie and stuff, it was rather easy. I will say, y'all, if you have eyes that are not good, put your glasses on, because this detail stuff, it strains your eyes, that's for sure. So I'm going to paint his bottoms in layered chocolate. And then you guys, I also do the little dog off camera. And I don't know why, but I did not paint him gingerbread color. I painted him in the brown. So he's going to be a burnt little doggy. Now for her dress, we're going to use faded burlap. And I think Southern Airy's gingerbread people spoke to me, because usually the gingerbread stuff is not my jam. And I think that's because they use the bright red traditional colors, which I don't usually use in my decor. And I was not a fan of the gingerbread molds, in all honesty, until I saw her work and it spoke to me. And I think it was the neutral colors that piqued my interest and how beautiful they were based off of that. So this is where, you guys, the eyes come in. And this is where, you know, you're like, oh my gosh, this could either go so wrong and I'm totally going to ruin my gingerbread people right now, or it could go right. And fortunately for me, it went right. You just need to be patient and you need to go slowly. And lucky for us, these molds do have a lot of detail in them. I did paint the bracelets in crinoline. So there's actually, so right here where I'm doing the inside of the eye with layered chocolate, there is detail right there where it shows you exactly where that should be. So it makes it a little easier, but nonetheless, you do have to be patient and take your time when doing these. Now, for her eyelashes, I don't know how Southern Airy did it because I just dusted that stuff on like I was putting eyeshadow on her and hoping for the best, like it wasn't going to be a mess. And it did it. It came out okay, you guys. It was all okay. All right, so to change mine up a little bit, I decided to go with French Millinery, which is a very soft, beautiful purple. And I'm gonna do our little burnt to a crisp doggy as a little sweater in it. This one comes with like 2 little gingerbread people, like 2 kids, and then some candy as well. All right, so now we are clearing our gingerbread people with Big Top. And next I'm going to take our white wax. Now she used a watered down white concoction like I did with the Farm Fresh paint, but with DIY's buttery white wax, I knew I would get the same look without having to do that. So I just stipple this on, and this is just gonna look like our cookies are dusted with flour, and then I wipe the excess off. And y'all are gonna be shook when you see these up close because the details in these will just blow your mind. And I'll show you what I'm talking about later. Now I'm going to take this ribbon. You are gonna put it in a little shape, like almost like a breast cancer ribbon. And then you push the back behind and you're going to cinch them together. So you're pinching it together in the middle. Now I'm gonna take a piece of twine as I'm holding that bow down, and I'm going to pull that tight. This is probably the easiest bow you can ever make. Then I'm going to cut some dovetails. I do have actually a real-time bow tutorial. I will try and remember to leave that in the description box for y'all. And we are going to hot glue that to the little gal's head. Now, I don't know if she used hers as ornaments or not, but I thought these would be absolutely adorable as magnets. I mean, it goes right in the kitchen. So I am going to use a Dollar Tree magnet for the back of the little dog. And then I had these heavy duty magnets that have adhesive on them. And I'm going to put those on the bigger gingerbread people. I think these are in my Amazon store link in the description box. And this is how they turned out, you guys. I'm in love with these. I think I might keep them myself and then let the kids decorate the little ones and then have a little family on the fridge for the holidays. But this, I love the traditional, not the traditional, the muted colors on these because they don't have to just be for Christmas. This would be such a great gift for a baker in your life. You guys, I hope you were inspired by today's video. Definitely check out everybody's link in the description box, and hopefully people joined in on the playlist. I appreciate y'all. Bye-bye.